Hello and I welcome you to part 2 of composition of functions. Okay, for this to be our final example, we're going to have the composition of two functions with g is denoted by fog or f of g, and it's denoted by the equation. The domain of the function f of g is the set of all x such that 1, x is the domain of g, and 2, g of x is the domain of f. For these examples, for each of the following functions, find the compositions. So we have f of x is equal to 2x, and g of x is equal to x minus 1. So for A, we're going to find fog of x. For B, we're going to find golf of x. And then C, we're actually going to find what we found in part A, and we're going to substitute 3 in for the x variables. So let's get started by looking at some examples. Okay, so for the first one, fog or f of g of x, we just take the f function, and everywhere for x, we just replace it with g of x. So in its raw terms, it looks like that. So now, just write the f function, except for the x's, just leave some parentheses. So f is just 2. So let's just open a parentheses. And now we're going to insert the g function, which is x minus 1. Okay, and now to simplify, just use the distributive property and distribute that 2 across everything inside the parentheses. So we have 2 times x plus 2 times negative 1. To simplify, just have 2x, and then 2 times negative 1 is just minus 2. Okay, and that is the solution to that composition of functions. Okay, for B, we have golf. So we have to write the g function, and everywhere we see an x, we'll just write the f of x function. Okay, so to get started, the g function is x, so we're going to start off by writing the f of x function, because that's what x is, minus 1. And just to simplify it, we just have x minus 1. And that is the composition of functions for golf. Now, for part C, we've already found that fog, or f of g of x, yields 2x minus 2, because that's what we found in part A. So now what we have to do is replace everywhere we see an x variable, we're going to replace a 3. So that just means take 2, replace x with 3, minus 2. So 2 times 3 is 6, minus 2. So our final solution is 6 minus 2, or just 4. And that is a composition of functions.